Hi, this is Nolan Sampson, Director of Business Development for the Halderman Companies. I'm out here today. It's a beautiful Saturday, and I'm working on our center pivot irrigation systems, and actually I'm working on our solar panels as well. I get a lot of questions on the solar panels. It's something that's become kind of a hot topic here in the last couple of years. Seems like there's several companies in all areas of the Midwest making investments, putting up solar fields. And this is actually a personal investment that we made. So these panels will actually power our center pivot irrigation systems on this farm. It's around a 250 acre farm, and we've got 3 center pivots. And then we've also got a well that's ran on electric to water the farm. And how we size this system is based on our electric usage over the last 3 years. And so we produce with the solar what we use in 3 or 4 months with irrigation, because you irrigate sometimes late spring, summer, and sometimes in the early fall if you need to. But most of the time the usage is around 3 to 4 months. This is it's just like spinning the meter backwards for 12 months, and then we use a lot more than we produce in those 3, and so that is what we call net metering. And so these solar panels are actually designed to tilt 4 times a year, and right now they are in the winter setting, and in the winter they face almost straight up and down. I don't know if you can tell the angle toward the south, where the sun predominantly comes from. And in the summer, we use a jack on here, which I'll show you in a few minutes, and they'll basically sit flat and face straight up so that we can get the optimal amount of sunlight. And then this irrigation will actually go over the top of these. So there's some main functions to these solar panels, and I was just going to break it down by a parts level for you. You've actually got these panels themselves, and these are what collect the sunlight and create the electricity. And the electricity that these produce is actually DC power. That's direct current. And that's similar to what is in your car battery. That's a DC current as well. But the electric that is used on the grid and in homes is AC power. And so each one of these panels has what's called an inverter. And there's several different kinds of inverters. These use a microinverter. So there's an inverter that takes that DC power and converts it to AC on each one of these panels. And that's actually called a smart inverter. So if the power from the line, from the grid ever shuts off, then these inverters sense that, and it'll actually shut the power off from our solar panels so that if there are people out working on the line, they don't get hurt. So these actually will also measure exactly how much electricity is produced down to the 5-minute level. So we can monitor that on the internet. I've got an app on my phone, and it keeps track of all that for us. At any given time, I can log on and see what each one of those individual panels is doing. And I don't know if you can see over here, there's the antenna that measures that and puts it on the online. We've also got, this is actually a special 2-way meter that NIPSCO, our power provider, had to come install so that they can measure how much we're producing as well as how much we're using. We've got a disconnect here so that we can just manually shut that system off at any time we need to. And then this is more of the internet provider, and you can actually, there's a little screen here so you can see at any given time how much you're producing. So those are some of the main features of this system. Our electric for the irrigation systems is what's called 3-phase electric. And so the panels actually produce a single-phase electric, and we have this is called a transformer, and it takes that power from single phase to 3-phase, and it actually steps it up to 480 volts. I do get some questions about the cost. I believe this system was right around $40,000 or $50,000. and we expect for it to pay itself off in somewhere between 5 and 7 years. I think this system's closer to 6. There are grants that you can get. Um, the company that we worked with did all of the building permit and applied for the grants for us. Unfortunately, we didn't get any grants, but there are some tax credits that you can take advantage of. We did this in 2017, so I'm not positive what the situation is like today, but that's something that you can look into with your accountant or a solar provider, and they can help you out with that.